see it, but it's not going to be strong for the same reasons I was describing, because this one is obviously going to be support. But, you know, taking a little bit of a page out of Damwon Kia's book with this one.
Yeah, pretty interesting draft here for Liv Sandbox. As you mentioned, you don't want to just lock in the Kai'Sa right away if you're not 100% sure about into that Tristana matchup. The Udyr is going to be the choice into the Hecarim. And we'll see what Bro decide to ban. Do you just try to take down some of these top 80 carries that are still left available and give Tristana the best?
It feels like this LeBlanc hover is so dangerous, the composition that becomes so all-in on doing damage early and controlling those early stages. Don't think we'll see any Nasus mid, I would have to guess. But this one, I like this one a lot more because it does kind of go down the route of safe scaling while you also still have good objective control with the Aatrox and the Hecarim. Gragas has really nice engage too. Okay, this is just back. New meta.
Yeah. I'm just kind of alone over here. Finally, Delight and Lava will rotate on over. Effort zoned away by that bubble, and now he's going to take a huge amount of damage. Does not have that flash, but it is going to be smited down here by Umti, and the rest of Liv Sandbox is on the run. As nobody really wants to get in here, we're going to have another flash. Sleep on top of another one, and he should just be dead. That's going to be the kill given over to Umti, who can drop down this Rift Herald now if he'd like to.
Massive advantage for Fred Brion on this exchange, and the Trouble Bubble is such the most
anymore, so just being annoying.
This ends up being not terrible for Liv Sandbox in the bottom lane. He's you know, a lot of extra farm here to Prince, but they're going to be able to take this pressure here and turn that into a Rift Herald in the mid lane, so it looked like a disaster here for Liv Sandbox.
Oh man, Prince is alone down here. He cleanses and he flashes, but it does not mean he will get away. 3-on-1 as Effort is desperately trying to clear vision in their jungle. And that's just a free kill that they scoop up there, and that's going to kind of shore up the way that bottom lane has been going for Bro.
And look at what Summit's doing here. Like, their response, you could tell based on how Summit
slaps them both, runs away. Just Udyr things.
They didn't get the Cloud Soul, but they're still going to make that Baron play I was talking about here.
Yeah, you can easily do this, especially with Cho'Gath. You can also just turn off. They have the burst damage coming on in. That's going to be Lava picking up the kill. As Krako, he's pretty fast himself, but the flash will come in from Umti, who maybe went a little bit too far. The rest of his team not really backing him up on that one. Lava had to run all the way around from the blue pit. And now Liv Sandbox are actually just going to casually take a turret.
This is the power of Hecarim in team fights. You know, he's just able to do so much. He's able to not only peel, but also threaten kills. You know, in some of these exchanges, you really do have to respect it. Because, yeah, the choke point is good there for a lot of the control that Cho'Gath is going to put off, but you have to make sure you know where Krako is and what his potential is. I think this is the Effort pick where he was like body slamming in, I believe we just saw there. Tries to cask out. That's really unfortunate. If he's here, this fight could have even been better for Liv Sandbox. He's not, unfortunately. As watched, Krako is actually able to get through this choke unscathed, so he can actually just go into the back of the fight and ult, and then gets his second charge through. And he does so much damage that his Fred Brion here, who can't touch Prince yet again, this is the problem. The consistent damage the Ezreal is going to put off. You can't fight that anymore. So Krako, if he doesn't get through there, totally different fight.
Yeah. We don't really see Ezreal too often nowadays, right? I think his win rate is 80%.
Playing well, and he has played the early game well, and laning is one thing, but actually you've got to hit these paddle stars in team fights. You've got to be trading. Like, every single Q needs to be poking somebody, or else you're just going to run out of room real fast in these team fights. Liv Sandbox will collapse in.
All right, here we go. They get a really nice flank onto that backline, and Delight just gets blown up. Huge damage, though, from the Zoe, but it's not quite enough. They have to kite this one back, as that's a big rupture. Lava will be looking for the kill. Nice block there from Summit. And once again, Henna is just kind of, you know, he's a little bit zoned out. He's not really able to do consistent damage on the Tristana, and Lava's just trying to do it all by himself.
I mean, he's got to try. You know, in fights like this, they're not going to be able to take this Drake away. But this is starting to become very concerning.
Oh, okay, here we go. This is where Bro really turned it on. We got another flash here for Lava. He's going to come on forward, look for the bubble. He finds another one, misses actually on Prince, who cleanses away from that one. And look at the true shot barrage damage. Prince is just going 1v5 right now. He's gonna get knocked up, and Fate was able to kite back with him. and BRO just got baited so hard into that choke point and got dominated.
Yeah, I want to watch that fight again because Lava's target priority are closing in again. Like, that's the analogy I keep using, but like Live Sandbox have a composition that will just walk forward and kill you. Fred Brown need a combo, or they need Lava to hit Paddle Stars like every time it's on cooldown, and he's not able to do it. Here we go, one more shot.
Ooh, Prince in the front line this time around. He's going to get a track repelled. They're trying desperately to dive onto him, but he survives for an insanely long period of time, and that's going to do it. They tried their very hardest to get onto that back line. But at the end of the day, it is Ezreal, and, you know, they used all that to try to get onto the backline carry the Ezreal. Fate and the rest of them are just sitting there doing insane amounts of damage.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just end here. They were looking to back and reset, but no, they decide that we've got enough of a wave here. We have an Ezreal who can actually do empowered shots on these turrets. I mean, they are going to go down. Reddit Breon in serious trouble here.
Yeah, they're just trying desperately. The feast goes off. Henna's trying to go 1v4 right now. He's not able to get that kill, and he just gets blasted in the face by the Ezreal. That's going to do it for game number 1. Live Sandbox with the overwhelming mid-game. They stopped the Cloud Soul at the exact right moment. They immediately flipped that game on its head.
I mean, that was a really, really good understanding from Live Sandbox about how their composition could front-to-back team fight, and despite the early lack of vision and the early snowball it looked like we were going to see from Fred Breon, Live Sandbox took those really confident fights.
There was nobody in the late game that could get onto him. Not a single person. It didn't matter if Delight got the perfect engage, which he kind of did, around that turret when they were pushing with the Baron. It didn't matter. He was just going to get away, and that's just kind of the Ezreal number thing, right? He does almost 1,000 damage per minute, and I think I know who's getting the